Victor Echo 3, Echo Lima Romeo, Bob and Blunham.
And VA3 PLO Melba.
Okay then, so I've got the chat of VE3GUK, that's Chris. Good to see you out tonight. VE3WGW, and that of course is Graham out in Wheatley. VE3 Victor Papa Golf, I believe it is, Pascal in Chatham. Thanks for coming out tonight. VE3 ELR and VA3 PLO, the two better halves from Blenheim, Bob and Melba. Thanks for joining us. Who wants to be number 12? Anybody else before we move to Windsor? So Leamington and Chatham repeaters only right now. Please call.
E3 LFH.
I don't think I quite got the prefix. You cut yourself off a bit. I believe it was Victor Alpha 3, Oscar Fox Hotel. Is that correct?
E3 LFH. Lima Foxtrot Hotel.
Lima Foxtrot Hotel. Sorry about that. Good evening to you. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Before we go to Windsor, Leamington and Chatham, please call. All right, well, we'll move to Windsor now. Here we go. VA3 BVH, slow and steady, space them out. Go ahead.
Tango November, Jim. Sierra Romeo, Quebec. Tony at East Point.
Charlie 8, Foxtrot Juliet, AC8FJ, Rich and Westland.
Echo 3 Delta Foxtrot Alpha, Aaron in Walkerville, QRU, please. QRU, please. Echo 3 Lima Delta Romeo.
Okay, so we have quite the list out of Windsor, so give me just a second. I'm still scribbling about here. Okay, so on the Windsor side of things, I have VE3 TGN, Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Romeo Quebec, AC8FJ, VE3 DFA and VA3 RDQ in and out, and VE3 Lima Delta Romeo. Anybody else that I missed? Anybody that doubled? Go ahead from VA3 BVH, calling all repeaters. Go ahead.
VE3 KN.
Okay, I got Robert and Shetland. Anybody else? Go ahead.
YBT, Q or U.
Oh, come on. Where's the big guy at? I got 2 out of 3 now. Thank you. So I got Robert there, KS at the end, VE3 GKO, and VE3 YBT. I wonder where ES is. Maybe he fell asleep on the couch already. Nudge him and toss him a portable. Thanks for joining us. Anybody else before we head to the top of the list tonight?
Kilo Echo 4 Zulu Yankee Quebec, Joe in Clinton Township, Michigan.
KE4 ZYQ, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us once again. Did I miss anybody else? Check-ins for VA3 BVH. Any more check-ins? All right, well, we got, including myself, I've got 22 on the list, so not too shabby for a Tuesday night. Let's climb back up to the top in my, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So my first non-QRU is VE3 VDF. Mark, good evening, welcome back. Hope all is good on your end. Tonight we're looking for the answer to this question. What is a group of squirrels called? I will take 2 potential answers here. What do you think it is from VA3 BVH?
VA3 BVH and the net, VE3 VDF returning. Good evening, Brian, all on net there. So you're pretty good net tonight, and glad Shannon's up and running in that too, so which is great. And that's so very, very good. And it's been a nice day today, nice evening tonight, cool off a little bit. Nice to have the windows open on that. Brian, your answer? You're going to give me your answer? I have no clue, so on that. So I'm trying to figure it out, you know, but I have no clue on that. So Brian, there, so and that, so anyway, have a good net, and we'll talk later. Back to net from VE3 VDL.
Roger that. Thanks for joining us nonetheless, no worries. And yeah, it was a little cooler today, and I think it was a nice start to the early summer here. It's been up and down. We've had a couple of really, really hot days, and then it's been really cold. So today was kind of right in the middle, so that was nice for a change. At least before the extreme heat comes, right? All right, Mark, thanks for joining us tonight. Let's see, VE3 WF, over to you there, sir. I believe that's Dave in Bell River. Go ahead, from VA3 BVH. What is a group of squirrels called? Over to you.
Hello, Brian. Yes, Dave from Bell River. I'm not sure what the answer to the question is. I know it's not a pack of squirrels. I know it's not a bunch of squirrels, but I really don't know. Not much going on in Bell River. We had a great Dayton weekend. It did not rain. Well, it rained, but it did not rain while we were in the flea market or in the Ham Fest. And we had a group of 5. We had a really good time. Spent some cash, got a few goodies, and I didn't stumble across anybody. I know there were some guys from town, but I didn't really run into anyone while we were there that I noticed. But it was fun. Over to you, V3WF.
Roger that. Yeah, I know a few people were heading down. Said it wasn't too bad. Wasn't the best that they've seen, but nonetheless, it was still a good invention. So it's always good to hear, especially especially with them changing the venue there briefly and getting all muddy in the rain, and I think people had had enough of that. But I believe that it's I'm not sure of the details, but I did read last year that they were planning on making the return to Dayton. So I don't know if it was there or not. Was it still in Xenia this year?
Yeah, it's in Xenia, and as far as I know, it's never going back to Hera. It's staying in Xenia. I haven't heard otherwise.
Okay, because I heard there was a rumor being tossed around, that's all, so clearly just a rumor. But all right, yeah, that's good to hear. Glad that you found some goodies. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's keep carrying on. I've got next on my list, that's the former resident of Ottawa down here in the little small town of Leamington, Ontario. Back up to you there, sir. Hope you're getting the walks in every day. I'm certainly walking to work every day and back like I always do. Sure wakes me up in the morning, makes me feel good. So yeah, over to you there, sir. What do you think the answer is tonight to the trivia from VA3 BVH?
Good evening, Brian, and everyone else on net. I am, of course, getting the daily walks in. Went down a couple hours ago, walked to the pier, had an ice cream, and came back up. It was just, beautiful sunny day, both perfect temperature. So that was great. And also, I just returned from Montreal, where I was attending NorthSec, which is a computer security conference. I go down every year to participate in their Capture the Flag competition. And had a lot of fun doing that, solving challenges, breaking into boxes that were there to be broken into, and having fun finding flags and racking up some points. That was a lot of fun. And luckily, the storm that came through didn't do too much to Montreal, so everything was fine there. But boy, Ottawa, just the electrical grid has been decimated. And heard from a few friends in Ottawa. One friend who lives a little bit west of Ottawa is not expecting to get power back until Friday. So anyway, I hope they manage to get everything back up by the end of the week. On your trivia question, no idea. I'll just take a stab in the dark, guess that it's a congress of squirrels. I'm sure I'm wrong. Back to the net from VE3 IRR.
Yeah, roger that. Thanks for joining us. And that's the first I'm hearing of that security conference. I love CTFs, and I love doing cat searches on flags and such. So I definitely would have tagged along with you. I'm into all that. And yes, the storm was pretty bad, and I guess there was maybe the Yankees that are across the border can tell us about what happened over there in Gaylord, because I heard there was a big storm over there as well, and people were unfortunately killed and injured. So perhaps one of those gentlemen can let us know what happened if they know anything. And what if you don't mind me asking, what OS were you running for the CTF competition?
Oh, I do just put everything on my Ubuntu Linux machine. I usually, I'll have virtual machines lying around in case I need other things. Usually I'll have Kali there in case any of the pre-installed tools are needed, but I didn't need anything I didn't already have on my machine. I do regret not bringing a Windows machine with me, though, because there was a bunch of malware reverse engineering type challenge that involved Windows executables. I didn't have anything to run them on, so made a note for next year to bring up at least one Windows machine or virtual machine with me. Back to the net from VE3 IRR.
I love it. I've with all my tinkering around and with my routers here at home, and trying to break WPS on my One Netgear router and a bunch of other different things. I've used mainly Kali in a virtual machine setting, but have you, just one more question before we move on, have you ever tinkered around with Parrot OS?
No, haven't played with it. Haven't heard of that before. I'll have to look it up.
It runs basically, it's just another Linux flavor, security, obviously, flavor, just like Kali. And it's a little more condensed. I think you have to download a lot more of the tools than Kali, because Kali comes preloaded with a lot of stuff. But yeah, Parrot's another good option. I've tried it a little bit, but I prefer the Kali because obviously it's a little more in my native environment, because that's how I learned it all on my own. So one guy that I watch on YouTube, his name's Network Chuck. He's a very good. I think he's studying for his CCNA, or he might have it already. But yeah, he's been a good resource for my learning. But yeah, check it out. It's definitely really cool. Alrighty, well, thanks for that there, sir. And let's take a pause here. Any more check-ins, whether you're in and out or here to stay? Any check-ins at all, go ahead from VA3 BBH.
Victor Alpha 3, Tango November Juliet. Who are you? Good evening, Brian, and everybody on frequency.
Well, that most relaxing place on earth is clearly after a hard day's work. So you have yourself a good one there, Tim. Thanks for joining us and getting on to the net here tonight. Anybody else?
We'll be okay. We'll also be sorry to that.
Roger that there, Bill. VE3BOK, thanks for joining us. Who wants to be number 25? Anybody else? Before we go back to the list. All right, well, we'll hold it right there. Thanks for those last couple check-ins. Even if you're in and out or here to stay for the party, we'd love to hear from you in a bit if you're still out there listening. Anybody else wanting to check in, we'll do that in the next few minutes. Back to my list here. VE3GUK in Chatham, and that's, I believe, Chris. Go ahead, sir. And what is a group of squirrels called? Over to you.
VE3GUK. It's still out, everybody. I am actually not too sure. I don't know. The one guy had the Congress setting. I kind of like that, so I'm going to go for the wrong setting on that one. I have no idea what they are, but other than that, nothing too much going on over here in Chatham. I noticed the Surveyor was up here, so finally programmed it in my radio here, and yeah, just signing into some nets, getting some radio points, and yeah, I'm glad to put a bean in the pot for you there. So VE3GUK.
Roger that, and you're more than welcome to join us. We usually run September to June, so we follow the school year here on this net. And at the end of June, we shut her down for the summer, and then we kick her back up in September. It's usually the first Tuesday after Labor Day. This group of operators, the club anyway, the Spark Club, we meet usually the first Tuesday of the month. We don't have a net that night, but usually it's weeks 2 through 4 that we do run, and we do run with a trivia question. So thanks for joining us, and let's see, who else do we have? Alrighty, so we're still staying out on the east side, to Wheatley, VE3WGW. Go ahead there, Graham. Do you have any idea what a group of squirrels is called? Over to you from VA3BBH.
VE3BBH and Met VE3WGW. I have no idea what a group of squirrels is called. I do know that they store nuts and they cause a lot of havoc in the microwave industry. I saw one antenna that was pretty well full of nuts, or over 50% of it was. It had the radome on the front
Roger that. Fire away. And that's hilarious on the nuts, by the way.
Yeah, V3GUK, V3WGW. Did you get my email regarding the tablet?
VE3WGW, VE3GUK. I did not. Which email did you send it to? And I'll double check.
I don't know. It's one that Mary had. What was the email sent to? Anyway, I'll meet you over in the 6-8 machine and tell you what a problem I have is.
It sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Nat, and have a good night there, Brian. V3WGW, QS1.
Roger that, sir. Sayonara. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us tonight. And let's see here. Who else do we have? VE3 Victor Papa Golf. Over to you there, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. And our trivia question, of course, tonight is what is a group of squirrels called? I will take two possible answers here. Over to you from VA3 BBH.
Hey, this is Pascal and Chatham, V3 VPG. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. I just want to say hello to everybody on the net. Other than that, not really anything else to say. First time checking in, and hopefully there'll be many more of that. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good evening. Back to net control from VE3 VPG.
Roger that, and yeah, thanks for jumping aboard. Glad that we have a working repeater out there in the Maple City, so that's it's a good pickup there for us. Hopefully we'll have more on the net as we progress. I know it was kind of right near the end we added the machine, right near the end of the net season, but there's a few more nets to go, and we're going to make the most of them here with some good trivia. So hopefully you'll join us for the next few as we round it out. Just a reminder that we are going to break for the first Tuesday of the month. Meeting is at the Half Century Club on Talbot West here in town, right across from the Sun Parlor home, well, kind of kitty corner. And we'll see everybody at 7:30 p.m. that night for the meeting. And I believe this is the June meeting, so this is the election night for the board. So everyone needs to get their tails out there and put their vote in. So we'll see everybody there. All the members who are joining, we'll see you there. All right. Again, thanks for joining us and welcoming you to the net. Hopefully we hear you again in the future. Moving over to some regulars. VE3 ELR, over to you, sir. Hope all is good tonight. I looked out back this afternoon and noticed a couple little lettuce leaves coming above ground, and saw green bean starting to root itself. So we're getting there. I got some chili peppers that are sprouting inside, and I got some bunching onions as well that just germinated today and came up above the trays. So hopefully you'll be planting soon, I would assume. Maybe you already have. And what do you call a group of squirrels? Over to you from VA3 BVH.
VA3 BVH is V3 ELR. Good evening, everybody. And let's see. As far as a group of squirrels, well, I call it trouble, but that's not my answer. Actually, I kind of do like the Congress answer, but I'm going to Canadianize it and say the Parliament, which I know it's totally wrong, but hey, who knows? Been enjoying the last few days here, and as far as what we're growing, well, we got some soybeans that's just starting to poke their head out of the ground. Noticed that yesterday when I was cutting grass. back part of the property, it got finished.
Oh, I think he timed out. Yeah, don't know what happened there, but I think you timed out there, Bob. Try it again. VA3 BVH.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now. The first few words you just you cut right off. I didn't hear you. So try her again. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know what all you heard and what you didn't, but my answer for the trivia question is Parliament, and crops are in. So we're good. Back to VA3 BVH from V3 ELR.
Awesome. And what I did hear the Parliament, but shortly after that you dropped out. What are you growing?
Soybeans, just a little bit of those in the front part of the field, and the back part is seed corn.
Awesome. Love it. I'm exercising my green thumb rights as well. Lots of stuff going on in my place as well. All right, well, toss the mic over to the better half. Melba, do you have a different answer for us tonight for the trivia? Over to you from VA3 BVH.
Thank you there, VA3 BVH. This is VA3 PLO. Good evening, everyone. And am I doing the same thing as what my husband was doing after cutting in and out, or strong as she goes?
No, you're good. I don't know what happened on his end, but maybe the button just came unhinged for a split second. But yeah, no, you're in there good now. Go ahead.
Well, just since you're hearing us, I have a question. I'm wondering how long before the timeout happens on the repeater here in Chatham.
That's a very good question. Judging by just from what I remember, for just what Mike likes to set them at, I think it's somewhere between a minute and 3 minutes. I believe it's somewhere in that area. Not 100% sure. Perhaps somebody could interject. Maybe Graham knows the timeout settings.
Easy one.
There he is. This guy will be able to tell you. Go ahead there, Mike. I'll add you to the list while you're giving the spiel.
5 to 7 minutes. I set them the other day there, so you should have no problems. If you're on key, it'll reset itself. So you should have lots of time there, no problem.
Excellent. How copy VA3 PLO?
Okay, we copy it. We'll keep flying here. I was going to report that we've gotten a rhubarb first batch off for the season here, and we love it. So we're doing good on that. My garden is starting to produce. So then I got some tomato plants just itching to get the roots spread out. As far as squirrels, I'm going to say there's going to be a class, CLASS, class of squirrels. Other than that, I ventured off to the metropolis of London today and was glad to get home. A few trees down across number 2 that they'd moved around, and in Glencoe, when I stopped for groceries, they had no refrigerated product in there, no frills. So they must have been out for a while, too. So back to you there, Brian, from VA3 PLO.
Roger, VA3 BVH, thanks for joining us and kicking your answer into the pile. And yeah, there's been lots of people without power, and storms happening, all kinds of stuff. It's been quite the last few days here in this province. Speaking of which, I know my uncle has his receiver on, and he just texted me. Speaking of tomato plants, I'm wondering, because my aunt and her family are tomato farmers. So if you can hear me on the receiver there, I would love to have some clones once she rips some Romas and get those down into the ground and get a couple of those going once they start planting. So let me know. Let me know. Alrighty. Thanks for joining us from out in Blenheim there. Next on my list is VE3 Lima Fox Hotel, and I didn't get the handle. Over to you there, sir. I believe you're in Chatham, VA3 BVH, and looking for your trivia answer. What is a group of squirrels called? Over to you.
Roger, Brian. The handle here is Dave, and I have no idea what the legal kind of term is for those four-legged furry critters, but I'll tell you they are a royal pain, and well, you know, my garden's been planted for a couple weeks, and I just dug 13 peanuts out of the thing where they dug up the tomato plant and the bean plant and some lettuce to bury their treasures. So they are a pain. Other than that, it's been a wonderful day. And I'm just waiting to replant some of the vegetables. Back to you.
Roger that, and yeah, thanks for jumping aboard tonight. And yes, they are a pain. I scared the crap out of two of them last summer when I was still in containers. I'm in the ground, and get your perimeter fences up. I put a 4-foot fence around my whole 14 by 12 bed. It's a 50-foot long fence, so I literally did all four corners, and that usually deters them, especially if they have to jump at an awkward angle, and if they know they can't get out. That's usually how I corner them. I scared the crap out of them one morning. I went out there, and they were trying to figure out how to get down past my perimeter fence. Well, I scared the crap out of them, and they jumped about a mile in the air and never saw them again. But anyway, yeah, I hear you on the planting. It's my first time in the ground out back, so wish me luck. It's a little sandy of a soil, so I spread some peat down and a little bit of straw mulch, little tree shavings actually, just to retain the water a bit for now. And I'm starting to get a little bit of stuff coming up now. It's only been since, I think, Saturday. I think I planted Friday or Saturday, so it's only a couple days in, so we're getting anxious to get some stuff going here. Thanks for checking in again, by the way, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next net. We're almost done here for the season, only a few more left, so make sure you get your check-ins down for the rest of the year here at the end of June before we break for the season. All right, any more check-ins? Go ahead from VA3 BVH.
VA3 DMP checking in on the Tom repeater.
Sir Echo 3, Golf Victor Tango.
Uniform Charlie Yankee.
Roger that there, Mike. I got you in here right after BOK. I also heard Dan, VA3 DMP, crystal clear on the Tom repeater, and Gil, VE3 GVT as well. Did I miss anybody?
Sir Echo 3, Tango Golf November.
Yeah, Tim, you're next on my list, actually. I'll be getting to you